Good afternoon, everybody. It is April 21st. We have a great show planned tonight. I'm sorry I'm kind of rushed, running a little bit behind. My granddaughter had a track meet, so I had to get from a town about 10, 12 miles away to rush home. And CaptainRay and you were sitting in the back room there eating on some hors d'oeuvres and shrimp and whatever else they were picking on, crawfish. But we got a great show tonight. We got Hugh Long and Matt Cundiff. Hugh is a fixture there on Canadian Drone Hub. Everybody knows who Hugh is, I think, and he'll tell his little story tonight and find out the insight about Hugh. And what else we got? Of course, we'll be giving away some stickers. We'll pick a number from 1 to 50. We'll run that. I'll put it up on the screen, and we'll do our questions, part 107 questions, and keep up with that winner for the month. And CaptainRay, welcome in, and it's glad. I know we've been talking during the week, and I know you've been flying that Air 2S. So how was your week, Captain?
Well, I had a real good week, Johnny. You know, I got the Air 2S, and so far I love it. I really do. You know, I was like a little kid when that package was dropped at the door. I ran out and I brought it in, and you know, I did my little unboxing video and my maiden flight, but I was just like a little kid at Christmas, you know, and I think it takes pretty good pictures. I mean, look at it. Look at those photos right above the marine. You know?
Yeah, it looks great. I know you sent me some, and of course, there's been a million unboxings and a bunch of videos already. I know Matt will be joining us in a little bit, and I think he got his on the first day available there at Best Buy. So, and I know he's excited about it. And of course, me and Matt been talking and texting a little bit. And I know he did, I think today he put some props on, and Matt's going to join us with a kind of a whole different story, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Matt's been on.
I flew with Matt again. I flew with Matt.
Y'all keep having those meetups.
TJ Alexander joined us, and Matt, you know, he was the first one of our little group to buy the Air 2S. He was right at Best Buy when it opened. He went in, and, you know, it was all during that live phone call that Rob Brown had. And he bought it the next day when we flew, and he let me fly it, you know, and that was very, very nice of Matt. But
right.
He's a great drone pilot. He's very knowledgeable, Matt, and I'm so glad he's going to be a guest on our show tonight. But
yeah, well,
he showed was the master shots. You heard about the master shot, right?
Yes, yeah.
And he put up a good video about that. It's amazing what this drone can do.
It is, Captain. If you want to read off some of the names in the chat.
Yeah, I'll tell you. You know. We got a good crowd already in the house, and basically welcome in Michael Wright and AZ Drone Dude, Ken Huppower up in Chicago. How you doing?
Yeah.
Drone View Media, and Jerry Bowers in the chat. And I know Matt Cundiff is in the chat, so he'll be in the back room shortly. Brad just stopped in, and Roger. Canadian Drone Hub, you know, that there's so many. Charlie, and it's always good to see Charlie. And Sammy Burns was actually number one, so we got to say hi to Sammy.
Sam. I seen it on my phone actually while I was driving. Sam was in, and it's great to have Sammy.
It flew this morning. This is from this morning. I had set it up on the landing pad down by Jupiter Beach, and I went up right after sunrise. I didn't catch the sunrise, but it was up already. But I went out there. The ocean was like a lake, and you know how I like looking for sharks. So I went looking for sharks again.
Captain, you're gonna have the most hours on the Air 2S. You know. By the time of it coming out.
Yeah, but I'm loving it. I can't say enough about it. I love it.
Yeah, well, that's great. You know, you like to fly, and that's your thing. I know you fly almost daily, so you know what? You definitely deserve that drone, and it's got some different features, and I think you'll definitely be happy with it. You know.
Yeah, I will. And Sergio just popped in. Fly Zone. How you doing, Sergio?
Hey, Sergio, and Mark Fisher's in the house too, I see.
Yeah, there's Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Captain, one thing we also doing tonight, well, we're going to start, if you email the Fly for Fun show at yahoo.com, we are going to put, if you have, I know a lot of people are, thinking about selling drones, or it's a good place to, we'll run it across the bottom, and actually, if you can read it across the bottom, it's got a Mavic 2 Pro Fly More, with some Polar Pro ND filters. Michael Blade has that for $1,500. So yeah, and we'll kind of do that if anybody wants to, kind of email us, and we'll put that up every show. And people,
hopefully Michael Blade will sell it tonight during the show.
yeah. Well, it's we're all in the same community, and sometimes they might want to upgrade, and it's a good place to sell your drone, or at least advertise it a little bit. And we're not gonna. Michael, I'm glad you the first one to email us, and anybody else got anything, they can even put it in the chat if they want to. That's fine. But, we'll run it across the bottom of the screen during the show. And so that'll be
giving away some stickers again tonight too, right, Johnny?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want, we can, we might go ahead and do one now. Well, let's wait a few minutes. Well, yeah, we can. Let's give away 2 stickers now, guys. And we're not going to stop the show. We'll if I see the winner pop up, I'll pop it up. But we'll definitely keep up and go ahead.
Give one away now, right, Johnny, and then we'll hold one till the end of the show when more people get in.
Yeah, guess right now from 1 to 50.
We'll see who gets the first answer.
Whoever, I'll pop it up if I see it. Somebody, Ken, it's not A, B, or C.
Yep. Nice try.
Ken, you got to follow instructions.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
yeah, those stickers are popular. We've been mailing them out. We mail them out the same week, so you should get them. We try to just do something a little different, and everybody likes them. They look great on the drone case. I know. Look,
that was close. But look what Michael Wright got the right answer.
Michael Wright, number 11. Yep, that's it, Michael.
Well, there you go. He's going to get a nice Fly for Fun show sticker. So tell us about the gift card this month too.
Yeah, we'll keep up with the answers for the month, the correct answers. And I think, let me see, I might have that on the banner right here.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Click the wrong thing here.
But we're going to give away at the end of the month, whoever got the right answers to our questions, we'll give a $10 gift card.
Let's see, where is it at? Yeah, right here. The score right here is Matt Cundiff has 3, Pollock Sharks Hanger has 1, Chris Hope 1, Brad Austin all have 1. So we'll continue with that giveaway tonight with 3 questions, and we'll do that.
So Johnny, do you want to bring in a guest now, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you do anything this week? Yeah, I know you sold some drones. You sold 2 drones yourself.
I did, yeah. So we, kind of slimming down the fleet a little bit. May get something else, but yeah, we got Hugh Long from Asgard Studios sitting in, and Hugh is great to have you. I know you're a fixture on Canadian Drone Hub, and I know a lot of people know the name, and I know you're in you support a lot of channels. So you welcome in.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Welcome. Good to have you.
So tell us. I guess we always just tell us all about yourself. Our show is kind of like built on we see each other in the chats, and of course we did get to meet a lot of people at the drone meetup in Florida, but you're in Canada and we appreciate it. And so tell us all about yourself, and let people, hey, we want to know as much about you as or a little bit about you. But I know you got an interesting background, so I was very surprised. You sent me, not that I was surprised, but yeah, you're a pretty sharp dude.
Oh, I appreciate that. I don't know, I had a pretty pretty normal childhood. One of the things I always wanted to do, though, since I was a kid, was fly. And throughout my life, I've flown a lot of things: hang gliders, paragliders, paramotors, ultralights, all kinds of stuff like that. So I've always wanted to get into drones. But anyway, I started off in college. I was doing robotics, and I kind of wish drones had been around then, but they weren't. So I ended up going into telecom as a career instead of robotics. Kind of missed that. But yeah, so I spent the first 20 years of my career doing telecommunication stuff, R&D. I worked in electromagnetic compatibility. Then I did about 10 years consulting, going all over the world. I was living in the States, but they had me traveling 75% of the time. So I went to Asia, Europe, all over the place, hopscotch, and rolling out telecom projects.
Yep.
So yeah, and then the last 10 years, I was a writer. Didn't make nearly as much money, but I had a lot more fun. You know, got to make my own hours and do my own thing. But and now I'm retired, and I mostly fill my days flying drones and hanging out on live streams and doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I know you. I mean, I love it. You know, I pop in the morning sometime when I'm at. I'm always listening to y'all almost every morning on Canadian Drone Hub or the right day. I think Roger did tweak it back a little bit. He was on probably 7 days a week. He's probably on 5 now.
Yeah, he's trying to get us to fly more. Yeah.
Yeah. And the weather be getting right up there. So I know he's been in. So he does a lot of live stream. But yeah, y'all are, it's so great to listen to. I know everybody pops in, like when the girls start coming into the office, they're like, what's on your computer always playing? So some of them will sit back and listen to y'all a little bit. But yeah, it's kind of interesting and it's fun to be on. I know I'll pop on when I can, and I don't want to stay on while people run around in the background. But yeah, it's great. Y'all got a great show there in the morning, and Paul and
good place to hang out.
And Paul, it really is. And I mean, it's Roger, I mean, he knows how to run the show. He don't put up with no bull. And now he did cuss yesterday, I thought. And he really got down on himself. He said a bad word.
Occasionally Roger slips.
And he said, none of that, not even by me, but it was funny. Yeah. But Roger's a great guy, and I know you are a fixture on there. And you got into FPV, right?
I did, yeah. I've been a camera drone pilot now for 3 years. I'm certified in Canada to fly and all that stuff. But I don't know. I was getting a little bit bored, to be honest. Flying the same stuff and the same kind of drones. And I like doing the cinematic stuff and recording scenery and whatnot.
Right.
I finally gave it a shot. And oh my goodness, what an addiction. It is just amazing. It's hard. It's really, really hard, especially at first. It's a little bit, it's almost disappointing at first because it takes weeks. It took me weeks anyway on the simulator just to make the darn thing hover and go in a straight line, But once you get it, it's like riding a bike. It just kind of clicks.
And have you built some drones, or everything you buy all pre-built?
I bought pre-built drones so far, but I've been modifying them. So I've got one now that I'm trying to make a little bit more like a DJI drone by adding a GPS with a barometer, a compass with a magnetometer, and I'm going to run a piece of firmware called iNav. So it changes it from an acrobatic drone at the flip of a switch to something a little more that you guys are familiar with, like a camera drone, right? Hovers nicely, returns to home properly, and all that good stuff. And
you didn't get the DJI FPV though, right?
I didn't, no, but I bought a bunch of other smaller FPV drones, so I've been experimenting there. Yeah.
Did you have any trouble with the FPV goggles when you first got it started? Or I know you wear glasses, so.
No, it's not too bad. I don't even wear the glasses under them. I'd say, for the first 10 or 15 minutes, it felt a bit strange, and especially standing up, I didn't like that.
Right.
So now I find a comfortable place to sit and then put on the goggles, right? So, yeah, no, but it's been a lot of fun.
I know you've watched the show in the past, but you know that we ask a lot of our guests, or all of our guests actually, if you had one place in the world to fly, what would you choose? What place would you choose to fly? And it would have to be legally, of course.
Iceland, without hesitation. So I was there in 2017 with my wife on our 25th wedding anniversary, but I didn't have a drone. I had a camera. So we got some great pictures, but I saw a drone there for the first time when I thought, hey, that looks kind of interesting, But I came at this originally from a photographic perspective. I wasn't interested in necessarily flying drones. I just wanted to take some really interesting pictures up at those altitudes, right?
It's funny you say that, because we were riding a motorcycle trip in Colorado, and I guess this guy, we stopped at like a little waterfall, and this guy pulls out a Phantom. At the time, it might have just been the basic Phantom. And man, I tell you what, he emailed me. Well, I gave my email, and he sent us some. He took some shots of our bikes, and I just thought it was amazing. I tell you what, it stuck in my mind for about 2 years. And I said, man, I'm getting one of those. And that's kind of the same way it's the first time I ever seen a drone up close. And man, it was unbelievable,
Yeah. Oh, they're pretty impressive. I honestly, coming from a technical background 20 years ago, I never thought I'd see stuff like this in my generation.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to come this far.
Well, I do. And we take so much for granted. I think that, sometimes, you see the guy saying, well, this is not doing this, or the feed. I mean, you can't go 10 miles. But, even like, Doc Murdoch put it kind of last week. He was on the show. He said, to do even what we're doing here on this screen, we're talking, we're doing video feeds from other states, different countries. And it's really unbelievable, the technology. Drones are only going to get better. And as the battery technology gets better, it's going to even be, that much better. In cameras, I don't know how much better the cameras can get. They're
going to get smaller, I'm sure. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, if you take one break, we're gonna pop this first question up, but we won't stop the show. This is the first question for the Part 107. And we'll keep track of the answers and keep track. Captain Ray will watch for the correct answer. But go ahead, you can continue.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't saying anything in particular.
No, that's all right. But another question that we ask our guests, is if you had one drone and just one drone to keep, or maybe even buy, what drone would that be?
Right now, because I want to fly under 250 grams, I'd say the Mini 2 without hesitation. It does everything I need to do. And it allows me to fly in places where I would have to get authorization, get special permits, or have to phone the tower or whatever. But with the Mini 2, I can just go fly,
Yeah, that's a good drone, right?
Yeah. And
I know it was very, very windy at the drone meetup. I mean, it was.
Oh, yeah.
And guys were flying that Mini 2, and it was handling the wind. I was just so impressed. I really was.
I mean, it's not a Mavic Air. Or a Mavic 2 Pro, it's not that powerful, but it's pretty darn good. I'm pretty impressed with it. So,
yeah, I tell you what, and it's so great it's so quick to get in the Air 2. I think that's a big plus of that Mini 2, and even the Air 2, and I'm sure the Air 2S is the same. They lock on the satellites, I guess, really quick. It seems like, and I think the original Mini had a little, I don't say a problem, but it took a while to lock on some satellites, but. I tell you what, you can get them up, and definitely they're fun to fly. And the Mini 2 is really, I tell you what, the camera's pretty darn good on that thing.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I would say is if you're trying to sell your images, for example, I would get a better drone. Get something like the Air 2S where you've got a 1-inch sensor and you can get really, really good quality. But like on the Mavic Air, my original, I sold images and it paid for the drone. I've got
really
on stock video sites and
nice.
So I still get checks.
So you're what would you be equivalent to Part 107 here in the United States? Are you licensed, or you don't have to be to do that?
In Canada, this whole notion of furtherance of a business doesn't exist.
Okay.
Anybody, even a recreational flyer, flying something under 250 grams, they can sell their pictures or images if they want to. There's no issue. Yeah, anybody can. Yeah.
Well, that's good that you were successful in selling your images. That's
great. Not making tons of money by any stretch. Couldn't retire on it. But it's nice that I'm taking the pictures anyway and just put them up.
Yeah, that's
got
good.
a question there.
Well, there were a couple more people that came in. Hi, Bill Ronayne, how you doing? And Herman, Phantom Flight 101. Good to see you. Chris Waters, Sunrise Water Media. Good to see you. All right, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Bill's got a question there. Where are you at in Canada?
Rogers in Quebec, if you mean Canadian Drone Hub. I'm in Ontario, so we're about 4 hours away.
And what kind of weather y'all having right this time of year?
So we had barbecue weather last weekend, and today my car is covered in snow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
you roll the dice.
You know,
look, I was at 82 degrees at the track meet. I had a sunblock on a few minutes ago. So
yeah.
I also got to publicly thank you. I ran into an issue trying to upload a video, and I reached out to you, and he was more than happy to help me. And he took a lot of time to help me. It wasn't a quick, easy fix, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Anytime.
it is, and it's amazing the community, Ray. It's funny you bring that up because I was trying to get Prism Live to work, and I called Charlie Mafia up there at the Drone Psyche, and is Ray still talking? I'm sorry.
Oh, I think he's frozen.
Okay. But yeah, I called Charlie, and he was going to help me get Prism working. I said, Charlie, man, I don't know if you want to take this call. You know, I'm like, I need a Prism for dummies, but he did. He got me through it. So it was fun, you know. So everybody helps each other. So it's so much fun.
Oh, for sure.
So.
I've yet to try Prism. I'll have to get into that.
Yeah, I actually got a.
Well, I know one thing. It's amazing. You know, I've met so many people, good people, for watching the live streams, and you know, and like I say, we're back to the meetup, and to meet these guys in person was really truly an honor for me, and it was great to meet them. And
I don't know, yeah, Ray, it was. Is Mike Kenny in the chat? Mike Kenny, tonight is his birthday, so I want to wish Mike Kenny a happy birthday. I don't think I'll see him, but hey, I just want to let everybody know.
Yeah.
If you got Mike's text or messenger on Facebook, wish him a happy birthday. Greg Pippins, welcome in. John Olson's in. Sasquatch FPV. Of course, Bill Renee, you said. Drone Life RC. We got a lot of people in the chat. Well, I'll tell you what, Captain, we got Matty sitting in the back room, and Matty's been on before. Everybody knows Matt Cundiff, and, you know, he's got an interesting story. You know, we're going to deviate from our show a little bit because everybody kind of knows about Matt, but he's got an interesting story to tell about the FAA, and, you know, we're going to let Matt tell it in his version, and it's kind of a good story to, you know, kind of sometimes you might be flying with somebody that you might not know, you know, they may not follow the rules just because you are. So, and this kind of happened to him, and he's not throwing anybody under the bus, but I thought it was a good time for him to tell this because it could happen to anybody.
Sure.
And, you know, so let's bring Matty, welcome in.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's up, man?
Gentlemen,
See ya.
how you guys doing?
How you doing?
Good, Matt. How you doing tonight?
First off, I'd like also to say happy birthday to Mr. Bill Rename. Today's is also.
I didn't know it was Bill's birthday. I'm sorry, Bill.
Yeah, Bill.
Yep, today's Bill's birthday as well.
Oh yeah, he got some cash, I believe he said, from his wife to buy something.
Yep. He's just waiting to pull the trigger.
I do remember that last night in one of the chats. He said he got some cash. Bill, yeah, Bill, I don't know how much you got, but hey, I'm sure you can find something to drone related to spend it on.
No doubt.
Well, Matt, I told a little bit of your, you know, dilemma, and I don't, you know, I don't, like I say, I want you to tell the story and tell it the way you want to tell it, because I know me and you talked and you texted me and you know, you kind of make note of that. But hey, tell everybody what happened. And
it was interesting. That's to say the least.
Yeah,
I had just met
one of us though.
Yeah, well, I had, this is the first time, by the way, in 4 years of flying I've ever run into the FAA. I've never even seen an agent in the field, and I've flown all over the state. And this is the very first time I've ever seen one. I met a Facebook group for the very first time, and it's funny, the group name of the Facebook group is the same as our annual meetup, if that puts out any clues. So there you go. Now you know the Facebook name. So I hooked up with these people for the first time in Haulover, which is in downtown Miami.
But you didn't know any of them, you know, Matt, right?
I did not know any of them. This is the first time I've met all of them. I've talked to them a couple times online,
sure,
but I've never actually met anybody in person. So when I got down there, there was about 5 or 6 people, and a couple of them started to scatter. Well, the gentleman, his name is Andre. He is the one that started the Facebook group. And he's the one that invited me. the way they were flying, I'm not one to say something to somebody about what they're doing or how they're doing it.
Right.
I kind of kept my mouth shut. But the way they were flying over the boats, 30 feet off the water, they were flying over 250 boats at the sandbar. And on top of that, we were standing on the intercoastal side, and these guys had their drone sitting on the beach side, which was like 400 yards away from where we were standing, over a bridge of cars, over 2 hotel buildings, and they were on the beach side. Apparently somebody on that beach side called because of the drone flying overhead, and I don't know how they found the location of where we were, but by the time the FAA representative got there, everybody had already left. It was just me and my buddy TJ that flew with me and Ray on Saturday.
Oh no.
That was it. The guy was standing like two or three palm trees over. I was flying my Phantom 4 and I was sitting over the water, and he was videoing the flight. So I thought it was just a regular, like a bystander, just somebody watching. Oh, look, cool drones, right?
Right.
As soon as I landed my Phantom, he walked up to me and he flipped his badge out like an FBI agent. The way he did it, all like secretive and crap. Go ahead, Johnny. What were you saying?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, and he announced himself. I had to ask him to see his credentials twice because I didn't believe him. I really didn't. So when he showed them to me, it sure as shit, he was an FAA agent, and I'm like, what are you doing here? So
Yikes.
he explained that somebody called on the beach side that we were flying over people, and the first thing I said was, "Wasn't me. Sorry, but the people you're looking for are not here. They left. I had nothing to do with it." But he got involved, and then he asked me for my registration information that was sitting on the side. You know, I have my registration number on my quad, and so I gave it to him, and he asked for my information, my email, my address. He said it was for educational purposes, but unfortunately, me and the guy that I was with, TJ, are now in the system that we have been contacted by an FAA representative for educational purposes. And if something happens again, it shows that we are now in their system.
Oh, crap.
And I didn't do anything wrong. I did absolutely nothing wrong.
Wow.
He started arguing with me about the fact that he thought that my Phantom looked like it was over the boats. He said, we could argue back and forth that you may have been over the boats. I said, no, I wasn't. I know what I'm doing. I flip my camera down to make sure there's nothing below me, always.
Yeah.
And if I see a boat coming into my camera view, I'll back my quad up 10, 15 feet. I'll move it to the side, forward, whatever way I got to do it. But I'll stay away from the boats.
Yep.
After that, I just kind of just blew it off and let him speak more of the educational side of it to my friend that was with me, because he's new into the hobby. I'm pretty much well aware of the rules and regulations down here, but he's not. So I let the guy talk. And that at the end of the conversation is when he said, so you guys will be in the system. It'll show that you've had a conversation with an FAA agent. And that way, if something happens down the road, it shows that you have been pre-warned once already.
Okay.
That was it. So I videoed the entire conversation. I push record on my phone, and I set the phone down on the little bench that we were sitting next to, and I recorded the whole thing. So
good that you got a record of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I figured that I might as well. I asked him, a stupid question. I asked if I could take a picture of his credentials, and he told me no, which I figured that was probably a no anyways.
Really?
I didn't know. I don't know if you can legally do that. I have no idea.
Matt, so is there like a data? I mean, do you know you're actually in the system, or he just told you? I mean, there's no way.
He told us there's no way to check. I mean, he said that we would get an email and letter, and we would get both an email and a letter in the mail.
Okay.
Stating the facts of the different sections of the rules that we needed to know.
Right.
And I have yet to see either one. So I don't know.
Maybe
I have no idea.
Maybe he didn't file anything. I mean, I don't know. But if somebody
I hope
called,
not.
I would guess he would have to.
It must have been somebody. I mean, even if it was just somebody complaining, I'm not necessarily sure if the call came because somebody was flying over people, or if somebody was just pissed off because there was a drone next to them.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but that just goes to show you that anybody, any person, anywhere can make that call, and these people will show up, and you have no idea they're standing there. So it was definitely an interesting experience.
And what's bad, you were following the rules, and you kind of got,
Yeah.
That's no fun.
Yep. John asked when it was. This was through 3 weeks ago Saturday. 2 weeks ago Saturday. Yeah, it happened like 2.5 weeks ago. But I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I mean, what are they going to do? I mean, I'm following the rules. I do everything I'm supposed to do. The one thing he mentioned that was kind of odd to me was I made a comment about my buddy because he was flying the Mini too.
right.
And I told him that does not need to be registered because it's under 250 grams. The FAA gentleman said that didn't matter if we are not flying in a community-based organization. Hell if I know what that means. I have no idea.
Like AMA field or something, but that still wouldn't. I mean, it still doesn't have to be. Well, I mean, I guess you could break the rules with that drone, even though it doesn't have to be having numbers. I mean, I would guess that's what he was saying, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Michael Wright, I have to have a conversation with him because he knows about this community-based organization rule or something of them lines.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a conversation with him because he said he was going to explain it, but I'm not necessarily sure what it means. I have no idea.
So, Matt, you were totally surprised when this guy shows up, of course.
Yeah, very. But I wasn't worried.
He did show you his credentials.
Twice. Yeah, okay. I had to see it twice because I didn't believe it at first. I've never seen an FAA.
Right.
I've never seen FAA credentials in 4 years of flying. So it was kind of odd. But the buddy I was with, TJ, he was scared to death. But I told him, settle down, relax. It's not like they're going to arrest you, bro. It's no big deal. So, but it's a learning experience for everybody, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure, man. I have yet to see an email. So.
And you do have flight record of that thing. So you could say, hey, I didn't fly at 30 feet above the ground, and I didn't, so.
Yeah. And like, that's also what he said when he got there was he couldn't prove who it was or what drone it was, or he wouldn't even tell me the infraction. He wouldn't tell me what caused the phone call. All he said that was somebody was complaining that there were drones flying over people. That's all I was told.
Yeah, he didn't actually see you on a Styx, so he don't know who was flying it.
He does not. When he got there, I was flying the Phantom 4 and TJ was flying his Mini 2, but I was only sitting about 20 yards off the rocks of the intercoastal side, and I was only about 100 feet up just watching the boats pass by, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Another good thing is you could always say, you want to check my flight log as to when you guys got the call and when I started flying.
Yeah,
I'd be almost inclined to call the FAA and say, hey, this guy was, harassing me with no cause and I wasn't doing anything. And he, threatened me with consequences for nothing,
That he did. He did. When he got there, he said something. The first thing he said was, I'm not going to sit here and ram you guys with infractions and write you up. This is for educational purposes only. So when he said that, and then at the end when he told me that we would be in the system, that we have made contact with an agent, I'm like, well, how is that educational if my name now ends up in the system with the FAA?
Right.
Well, why am I going in when I had nothing to do with this at all? Yeah. It didn't make any sense.
I mean, I guess because somebody called, he had to go, but it's very weird that he was close, and it's very weird that, I mean, most of the time, probably when they get to a location, the people might be gone that's flying the drone, So I think he had two shot parties, probably him and you,
Yeah, true. Well, the reason that he said he was there was because of the call, but like Justin just said, there were a lot of people, and that was a very, very busy park that we were at.
Right.
Very busy. There were 2,000 cars in that parking lot, and if you know anything about Haulover Inlet, the parks that are around the inlet itself and the sandbar are huge. There's people everywhere. It depends on where you're flying. You're okay. But with these guys that I was with, flying behind them over the beach side where thousands of people are on the beach.
Sure.
That's to be expected. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
You know?
Man, if you hold on one second,
That's why I like flying up at Jupiter Beach. There's about 5 people on the beach up there.
I put the second question up, guys, and go ahead and Matt, you can continue talking. We won't stop it. We'll just put the answers up if I see it. Most mid-air accidents occur during A, hazy days, B, clear days, or C, cloudy days. It's a pretty simple answer, actually.
That's an easy one. Yeah.
But it is a test question.
But we'll see.
I'm not going to throw an answer in there.
Yep. And the other thing, I know, you know, we were lucky enough to fly together again, you and I and TJ. And I hope you like that little park I brought you to.
I do. I love it. It's in a perfect spot. You got the beautiful houses to the right, and then you've got the ocean, and then you have, or not the ocean, the intercoastal, but you've got those islands across the way that the drone can reach easily with and still be in visual line of sight. That's the best part.
Munyon Island. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Matty, I think that's a great story, and I'm glad you let people know, because you know what, sometimes even if you meet, you might be flying one day and somebody else walks up with a drone, but you will kind of be, hey, you know what, I'm definitely going to be watching how this guy flies, and I'm sure he may be watching you. And it can happen to any of us. I personally don't fly with anybody. Yeah,
that's the guy right there.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Okay.
I took he only had figures. He only had one business card. I asked for a business card. He says he only has one. Take a picture of it.
Well, that was good.
Right. That's something.
Yeah, that's good that you have that. So Matty, hey, great story. So tell us, I know you're excited about that, the Air 2S, and what do you probably had it, I guess, almost longer than anybody. You got it the minute it came out. So what do you, what's the biggest plus, and what's, say, if you have a negative to it?
So far, I don't have any negatives that I can think of. Positives is everything. For me, this is my first 1-inch sensor, so that makes a huge difference for me. I'm not a Mavic 2 Pro owner or a Phantom 4 Pro owner. But the flight characteristics of it, it's faster, it's more nimble, it seems quieter. It seems a lot quieter than the original Air 2, which is kind of odd because it's the same props. I don't know if they tweaked the motors.
But they advertised.
I'm not sure what they did.
They advertised something about quiet props, so I don't know what that was.
It does sound quieter. It does. But it's a lot faster, and it makes it so much better to fly. So much better.
Matt, do you have it handy? Can you reach for it? Mine's in the other room.
Yeah, I got it.
Yep.
See what I did? I did a little experiment with the props, with the master air screw props.
Oh.
So I played wifey, and I pulled out some nail clippers, and I clipped the tips of the master air screw props a little bit.
No kidding.
Because
nice.
These props, how they're longer than the original Air 2. They're a little bit longer.
Right.
Well, with the body of the Air 2S being higher, the prop was actually nicking the right where the sensor's at.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, it would smack the sensor, and I don't think anybody knew that. I didn't even know that. I flew with it at first and didn't realize it until I got it in hand. And when I twisted the prop, I'm like, oh crap.
Yeah.
And I noticed there was a tiny little scuff mark on the side right next to where the eye is.
Matty.
So, yeah.
It looks a lot like this drone right here.
Oh, bro.
When did you get that, Johnny?
When did you get that? I knew it. I knew it was going to happen.
Congratulations, buddy.
Yay.
It looks like my twin.
Yes. When did you pick that up?
He wanted to surprise us on the show
I know.
tonight.
He didn't say a word.
I didn't. I got it yesterday, actually.
Good for you.
You waited that long to tell us? Wow.
Yeah, I got it. I put it up. Actually, you know what's funny? It's getting a geofence warning that I've never gotten on the Mini 2 or the Air 2 at my house, which is, it says something about altitude zone.
Altitude 0. Altitude zone 0.
What does that mean?
Mine, I think it's a glitch. I really do, because mine does the same thing. Mikey's in Philly. His does it too. And then there was somebody else that I watched. I think it was, there was somebody else's video.
But I did see some videos, but it had a height there, like 150. Mine does show 0 the whole time, and I have no problem taking off.
You know who else showed it? Russ, 51 Drones. His had altitude zone 0 at the top.
So
and I'm not sure why that is.
Yeah, I actually text. Well, I did ask Ron Brown today in text, and he didn't know. He couldn't fly his. I think it was very windy. But I mean, and I even put the Air 2 up today on purpose, and I thought maybe it would show up on all 3 drones because it says something about geofence, but I'm not under a geofence, so I'm kind of shocked. But although it doesn't affect anything with the flying, and you say I feel, and that's Matt. When I text you today, that's what I was going to ask you. But
I'm okay. With the Mini 2, actually. I have a lot of issues with the Mini 2 lately. I have these geofences that say altitude limit 60 meters or 60 feet.
So does it show up in a corner view, like altitude zone or something?
And it stops the drone dead.
Well,
the drone dead in its tracks. There's no option to dismiss the warning or anything. I'm not within the perimeter of an airport. I'm not flying in controlled airspace. There's no reason for it. And I've encountered 2 or 3 of them around here. I don't know why.
I think there's a glitch in their FlySafe database.
I think you're right, Matt.
Something's wrong.
Maybe it'll be an update, and they may do away with. Maybe that'll.
Well, they're good. They're good with updates, so we should see one soon. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Other than that, man, this thing is a beast. Hugh, are you planning on getting it, or?
I'm not. I'm staying sub 250 just for flexibility.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Matt, can you tell the viewers
it's sticker giveaway time? It's sticker giveaway time. So guess 1 to 50. Guess a number.
Yep.
Ray's locking up.
Yeah, I see.
Again?
Yeah, right now you're frozen.
So Matty, you do like it, and I'll tell you what, I've flown it just twice, and I'll tell you what, I know one thing you said about it vertical and
it moves.
Yes, it does. You definitely can get down quick.
When it's coming down, it almost looks like it's free falling for a minute. It scares the crap out of you.
Tim Jackson, welcome in.
Have you played with those master shots yet, Matt?
Yeah, I did it one time.
August is not 693, 1 to 50.
Yeah, I did the master shots when I was with Ray on Saturday.
That looks very cool.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty cool. That's when I noticed that's
Doc
about the drone.
Doc Murdoch. I'm sorry.
Hey, Doc.
Doc Murdoch.
No, you're good.
Got the right number.
Did he? What was it? 19.
19. Just a couple years older than you, Matty.
Just what?
19.
I wish I was 19 again. I know I'm younger, but I still start feeling older every now and then. Like my back's been all kinds of messed up. I feel bad because the place we went to fly on Saturday, we have such a long walk with Ray. I felt so bad, but it's his spot, not mine. So I can't take the blame for that one.
Yeah, you know what though? You know what the Air 2S really does? I mean, I haven't flown it at night, and of course I don't have a great location. I would have to probably go, maybe somewhere else. But there's been of course a million videos. I built a drone review, unboxed his today. I got his, and I think Marcus got his yesterday. Marcus is in the chat. I think he got his yesterday, and I'm sure he flown it, flew it today.
He flew 3 batteries over the canyon today, I believe.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but Marcus did sell his Air too, but the batteries are compatible. So that's a great thing. Cause I just ordered just the drone with the 1 battery. So I feel, I say, it's still $1,000, but if I do, possibly sell the Air 2, well, it won't be out a lot of money, and I'll just sell that drone with 1 battery and 1 remote, so because you can get batteries. So
it wouldn't be I'm sure you could sell it pretty quick. There's a lot of people out there that are even somebody that doesn't want to spend the money for the Air 2S but wants to upgrade from the Mini 2 or something.
Yeah, that's another little thing we all doing, on the bottom of there. If anybody got any drones for sale, email the Fly for Fun show, and we'll put that up for you there. Kind of get the word out in the community. Michael Blade's got a Mavic Pro 2 Fly More. He got the Polar Pro ND filters, and he's got 5 batteries for $1,500. So
nice.
Just shoot Michael a message, and if anybody's got any drones, shoot me a text message on whatever, and we'll put it up. And it's just a way for all of us to connect, because everybody's always looking for something or trying to sell something possibly, and he said, and Justin says, don't sell it, keep it as a backup. Well, that's
Good
you might
That's
want
a good idea.
And Johnny,
That's a good idea.
I think Ray gave his to his son.
Johnny, did you ask Matt the 2 questions while I was gone?
Well, I didn't, but he's on. But yeah, Matt, I think you've answered it before. But where would you fly? I know you do a lot of flying. You got great places to fly there. But where would be one of your dream locations to fly?
I want to go visit Uncle Marcus.
Yeah, that'd be a great.
River Canyon.
I want to fly that Snake River Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That would be a great place to fly. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll be releasing soon. He flew today. Flew 3 batteries, I believe. And he'll be releasing a video soon on flying that canyon. That is a beautiful place, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's a totally different flying experience out there. That's for sure. Yeah. And Matty, the other question we ask people is, if you had one drone to keep or buy, what drone would that be?
Air 2S, come on, man. That's an easy one. That's the best one in my fleet right now. It competes with the Femi X8. Yeah, that's without a doubt the best one I have so far.
Yeah. I think everybody who has bought it so far is very happy with it.
Yeah. There's not very many glitches in it that need to be taken care of, like we've seen in previous drones that needed firmware updates. This one is pretty dialed in. There's a couple minor things, like there's certain people that are a little upset that we lost the HDR function, but
yeah, heard that.
It's not that bad. And then now that there's a resolve for the props in the shots when the drone does its circle in the camera settings, that takes care of that problem. Other than that, it's pretty solid, man. Yeah. I don't have any negative comments on it at all.
Matt, what about that? I know we started talking about the master shot. Tell what exactly is that? What does it look like? If they can go to your, I got your description in the channel there.
Yeah, it's a what it does is it takes all the different quick shot functions and it puts them into one. But there's different aspects of it that you cannot do in a regular quick shot. Like with this one, at one point the camera will shoot down and it'll slowly rise up as the drone is coming towards you. And then it also does a droney, or is it the rocket where it goes straight up and the drone circles and zooms at the same time. A lot of those functions you cannot do in a regular quick shot. They mastered it pretty good. It's definitely a cool feature to use.
Yeah,
it is. It is. You demonstrated it. You tried it that day. We were flying together, and I was totally impressed with it.
Now, do you remember when we did that master shot and I said something to you when I looked up and I said, look at the drone. When it was doing the circle, it was turning.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where that prop in the shot thing came from, because that drone does that turn like that.
Right.
But Matty, didn't somebody say there was a way to do away with that, not get that? I don't know.
In the settings of your camera settings, you go to shooting mode and you put it on composition, and it takes away the props in the shots. I haven't done it yet, but I think it stops the drone from doing the yaw.
Okay.
Because the reason it does it in the first place is obviously there's no side sensors, so they wanted to make it as safe as possible when it goes into its circle. With this when you put it in composition, it stops the drone from doing that. And I believe it gives you a warning on the screen that lets you know, hey, there's no side sensors. The drone will be going sideways, so watch out for certain areas.
And if you tried the active track with the following you with
I have the APAS on this thing is flawless, or at least it is in my test. I track the kids up and down the street on their bicycles.
So it'll go
under
over
trees. It does it all. Yep.
Really?
Yeah. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I haven't done it in a big open field, but I've only done it one time on the street, and it works just fine.
We still get numbers coming in, Johnny. So let's just say Doc Murdoch won that last sticker
Yeah,
giveaway.
and I'm gonna go ahead and put the third question up real quick. I'm gonna put the third question up real quick while we got a little break here. You go ahead and continue talking. We won't stop. We're not gonna stop. We'll just look for the correct answers, of course.
Yep.
And want to wish Mike Kenny, and Bill Ronayne happy birthday. Of course, I didn't know it was Bill's birthday, but yeah, I'm glad that he spent a little time with us on his birthday.
Furball Kim, by the way, also his birthday today.
Oh, okay.
Birthday. Popping in. Good to see you in the chat. And the other thing, Johnny, let me just tell everybody about the second annual South Florida Drone Meetup. We got the date picked. It's going to be Saturday, April 2nd, 2022. This year, we're going to be in Jensen Beach, Florida. So mark it on your calendars. Plan on coming. Save your pennies. And we look forward to seeing you all. And it's going to be a great time, just like last year.
That it will.
Yeah, Captain. I say that event's been talked about so much, and it was incredible. And not to be confused, that date is April the 2nd. There is another, a meetup on the 22nd, but not to be confused, that the meetup that we had last year, and CaptainRay and Matt and Brad actually, helped a lot there. And of course, Justin will be on a guest on our show next week. Justin was great. Drones 863. It was just a great event. I don't know. Matt, you talked, Ray, we talked, and of course talked to Brad, and of course almost everybody's there. I don't know what would have made it better. I really don't. But I will tell you now, it's gonna be hard to top next year. But I'm sure we'll do it. But
we had more fun. We had more fun talking to the people that we see on YouTube on a daily basis.
Yeah.
More than I did flying.
Yeah, the flying was great. But hey, that was I think that was a small part of it, to be honest. It was more about meeting each other for that first time.
Yeah.
Make it friends.
The meeting the people. It's amazing. You feel like you know them on the chats. You see them on the live stream, you feel like you know them. But then when you actually meet them in person, it's just a great feeling.
Yeah, like right now, you wouldn't know that CaptainRay is not wearing pants. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Johnny, I didn't need that visual. Just saying. I'm just saying.
It was like a big family reunion. That's exactly what it was like.
You know what? And you know what? We talked about it, man. I text Charlie for some help, and Matt, I know you've helped me with some stuff, and Ray said that you helped him. And man, you know what? Ray, Ron Brown, and Marcus. I mean, anytime I got a question, I'll email, text Marcus or Ron. And it's just the community. I tell you what, and I'm 64 years old, and I'm sure you've gotten hobbies through the years, but I think this is probably like one of the best communities that you can get in. And I'm sure, look, they probably have stamp collector chats and coin collector chats, but they may feel the same about their community. But this community is really something special.
Don't tell me. I spent more time with my drone friends than I do with her.
Well,
yeah, you're not the only one. Yep.
It's just it's so helpful, and everybody is I think the support it's just unbelievable. It's like sometimes when you may feel down on a day, and I know Ray will text me and say, oh, so and so's going live, or so, and there's a lot of shows, and and one thing I always say, kind of at the, check your subscriptions, your subs. You don't know. Sometimes YouTube will kick you out. And you don't realize, you're not subscribed, or somebody else, and there's a lot of different names. Sometimes they don't go by their name; they go by their, the AKA name and all that. But yeah, it's a great community, and next week we got 2 great guests. So, but I couldn't be more proud to be in this community, and
yeah, me too.
It's just unbelievable. And I know you're a fixture there on Canadian Drone Hub. It's like, man, if I know you wasn't on one day, and I text Roger. I said, where the hell is you? What's wrong with him? I think you were out doing something, or you had something, So it's amazing how we all check on each other,
It's a nice place to hang out. It's a good community.
And if you don't see somebody in the chat for a couple of days, you kind of like, man, did I do something, or like, are they sick, or it's just unbelievable.
It's all the same faces, same names, man. And that's what was best about that meetup, is being able to put a face to the name.
Yeah, Mark Fisher saying, his wildlife photography community. And I'm sure, Mark, you're right.
We're people that are passionate about a common thing, right? We've got this addiction we call drones, We share that. It's good.
Yep.
Yeah, and Angela, one of our few girl, subscribers there. I wish we got some more. Angela was a guest on, and she's a great guest. And Angela actually, she loves to fly her drone, and she gets some great shots too. So, and there's more, women will get into this. I think, also there may be, they'll have to support their husbands.
I'll tell you what, Lost Girl Hikes has
like pilot
too.
Yeah, she's good.
Marco.
Yeah. DeMarco made it in. Oh yeah, DeMarco. Hey, DeMarco.
What's up?
And I apologize for my delay, guys. I don't know what's going on with my internet.
Oh no,
it's not bad right now.
Yeah, mine is kind of flipping in and out. I don't know what's going on here. Kind of seems kind of crazy here. Well, guys, we've been on about an hour. We try to stick it to an hour. It's been a great show, man. 2 great guests, and we had a lot of people in the chat, and gave away some stickers, and we'll look at those answers, the correct answers there. And next week we got Herman and who else? Justin, Drones 863.
Yep.
So that's gonna be fun. Support your shows there. On Monday night, you got Drone Nation with Ron and Marcus. And Tuesday, you got Build a Drone Reviewer. And, of course, after that, you got Philly and Ron. Wednesday, you got Phantom Flight 101. They're on, I think, at 4 o'clock. So they're on usually off when we come on. And then Thursday, of course, you got Ken Herron. Friday, you got Fly Zone Quadcopter with Michael and Sergio and myself. And, of course, Sunday, you got Marcus and the Drone Seekers. So there's a lot of shows. And we didn't meet, of course, the Canadian Drone Hub. Roger loves to send invites. Yeah.
Nice shirt. You.
Nice shirt.
Yeah.
Roger loves to send out and get people on that show. So it's a great show. And, they just have fun and talk. It's a way to drink your coffee. Of course, you got the Sunrise crew there with Rodney and Roz and Dennis, Chris, Hope. Yeah. So it's, there's something, if you want to pull up your YouTube almost every night or every couple hours, you probably can find somebody to watch. So if you want to go first, give you a chance to say your goodbyes.
Good to have, I'm glad you guys had me on. I appreciate it. Good to see everybody again. And, we'll see you around. Blue skies, everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Nice.
Good seeing you.
Thanks for having me on again, guys. And remember the calendars, April 2nd, 2022 is going to be a hell of a day.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on, Matt. Thanks a lot. You had an interesting story.
Great story there, Matty. And I want to thank y'all for coming on. Yeah, guys. And Captain, you look like you're frozen again, but
I'm frozen again. My arms are up. My arms are up, but they're not moving. So I'll just say
okay. You can say, but hey, I want to thank everybody again. Join us next week. We'll have another great show. And if you haven't couldn't join tonight, watch the replay. And thank you again, Matty. Thank you, and CaptainRay. good night and fly safe and enjoy those Air 2S and the Air 2 and whatever else you got. Just fly it, you know. Got a lot of drones still to come out. The FEMI is being shipped. The Xeno Mini is probably coming out here. So Apple had a big event yesterday. I'm gonna get a brand new Mac. I know that. I saw that. So yeah, a lot of stuff to spend your money on here in the spring. So all right, guys, thank y'all so much for joining, and see y'all next Wednesday at 6 p.m.
Hey guys.
Good night, everybody.
Fly safe, everyone.